Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've had a shave, I look like a shaved chicken. Let's get into it. I have a brand new side. Some have stayed in the side. Trials have been played. Obviously some new faces will appear out of the wilderness. So let's have a look at what I have done and let's talk about some pod players that I'm considering, okay? I've also got a new league code as well, so stay tuned. I'll drop that league code at the end. There are prizes to be had, to be won. You do need to be a subscriber of the channel before round one. So get your little mittens and just click that subscribe button. And then once the season kicks off, mate, that's it. $200 gift voucher up for grabs to the winner. To buy as much merch as you physically possibly can with $200. So anyway, let's get into it. My hookers that you can clearly see, I initially was starting with two cheap hookers, but nothing really stood out for me over the trials. I mean, Corey Paik scored a couple of tries. He's not going to do that every single week against a D-side Titans outfit. I mean, it's eye-catching. I put up a post on my page saying, oh my God, a try-scoring hooker at 238k. Unbelievable. He's not going to do that every week. He might once every fucking 6 weeks, but if we've learnt anything from Danny Levi, it's just going to end in tears. So I'm going to start with Connor Watson. The more I played around with it, I'm just like, look, if it's not Grant, who else? Honestly, around this price, it's Connor Watson. He's got the jewel. You can slot him in there. There's really, look at the workload that he got through. Look at the workload. I know the absolute mighty Dragons will probably win this weekend, but I'm expecting Connor Watson to have a good crack. I really am. He had a good crack in the All-Stars. His workload's going to be going up. If he's not playing hooker, he'll be playing somewhere else. Why wouldn't you want a potential 80-minute utility player potential to be in your hooker spot? So he's got my hooker spot. Sandon Smith at the backup, 237k. Again, he really didn't show much, did he? Oh, I don't know. Everyone's got him. Everyone. But I'm starting to think that it's just not going to do much. I think I really think at best, honestly, a 45 average. That's it. A 45 average. You might get 200k, which is fine. That's fine. You don't want to have him forever. So if you want, you can upgrade that to someone else later on. But I really think we need to just taper the expectations around Sandon Smith. Just a little bit. Front row. Now, before everybody goes, oh my God, you haven't got May, you're a fucking idiot. I'm well aware that May's the man, right? I'm well aware. Trust me. I had May from round one last year. And I had him all season. The one thing I've learnt is if you follow the pack, you're not going to win. Simple as that. If you follow the pack, how are you going to win? Lindsay Smith is my Smokey, right? I have laid ownership to Lindsay Smith. Lindsay Smith is my Smokey for the front row. He might take over and just become another Fisher Harris. He could. But I believe that Lindsay Smith has a bit more upside than Fisher Harris. Look over his scores from last year. There's scores well above 70s. There's a score above 80. There's multiple scores above 60s. He's priced at 520k. So my next one, obviously Horsburgh. Let's just hope. Ricky, give him a starting spot. The Big Red deserves it. He wants to play Origin again. So let's just hope. But obviously Ricky Roulette is a beast of a thing. So let's just wait and see. But I'm 99% confident that he should start. Back up, I've got Gula. I think he impressed me on the weekend. I think he scored like 40 points in the first half for the Dragons. And that's obviously like he only played one half. He's priced at 330k. He's going to get minutes in the second half. I think we're looking at a player for the Dragons there where there's potentially 150k in value. I'll just say 150k. So I think that's more than enough, especially at your third front row spot. Bentakura looked good. Reports are that he is leading for a spot in the starting side round 1. 232k. The other bottom dollar front rows at the moment just don't look like doing much. Like I'm just getting Franklin Pele vibes everywhere I look. Just Franklin Pele vibes. So he's in there for now, but let's just wait and see what happens, eh? Moving on. So second row, Cam Murray, 610k. If he stays fit, obviously he's touch and go for round 1. So I know he might not be playing round 1, but I know. But let's just see. If he is round 1, then he's going to be in my side, especially at that price. If by chance Bennett pulls a miracle and somehow turns the Rabbitohs into an absolute machine, Cameron Murray will average well above 610. He'll be better than a 610 price tag. Okay, so he's in the side. For me personally, there's so much value across the 2RF right now. There's so many players that are so highly owned. And it's like, just be different. Just be different. Don't listen to people in the comments when you put your side up on Supercoach Central and all the, like the toxic drunk degenerates on there going, delete the app. If you believe in your 2RF, stick to your guns. All right? Don't let some 50-year-old obese bloke on the lounge talk you out of it. At the end of the day, guess what? He probably has no idea what he's talking about either. Okay? Preston, 609k. I think the Bulldogs might digress this year. Might. I've still got them in my top 6. I think they'll be thereabouts. But I think Preston's going to go up that little bit extra this year. And I think with Preston, if he stays fit, I don't think that there's too much value in Preston, but I think it's a safety net for Preston. 600k, that's pretty much what you're going to get with some try-scoring upside if you can unlock that again this season. So Preston's there for me. I'm pretty sure Preston's low ownership as well at the moment. Same with Cam Murray. I think Cam Murray's only like, you know what? I'm not even going to guess because I'll have some idiot in the comments telling me I'm wrong. Preston is low as well. Anyway, Seyfarth, he's low. I'm pretty sure he's around 4-5%. That's a vibe check, like a vibe feeling for me. I just think that Seyfarth showed in games up to 80 minutes last year. He's a base stat machine. And at 435k, if the Tigers can figure out and compete, I think Seyfarth is going to see 100k in value, potentially more. So you need to think about this when you're picking your side. You don't want to have all these players that are capped out at what they're going to give you. You want to pick players that have potential to be a lot more in price come round 8. Okay, so that's why I've got players on my bench like Kelma Tuolagi, 430k. He's a try-scoring weapon. If he can start scoring tries, he's going to make a mockery of that 430k. Okay, same with Nicholson. Okay, Nicholson, like on his previous trial, right? He had 40 tackles in the first half, 0 misses. 0 misses. Sorry? Do you know what I mean? At 336k, I know it's Ricky Roulette, but at 336k, he's a better player, okay, than a lot of those players there that, like, point out someone who gets 40 tackles with 0 misses. I know that there's some job security there. We don't know, blah, blah, blah. Same with Corey, Horsburgh. People are saying, oh, Smithies, this. But Horsburgh's a better player than Smithies. Ricky knows this. Okay? All right. My last sub was Valmega. Look, I probably butchered that. It's hard. I don't know how to spell it, so my apologies. 232k looks like he's going to get that starting spot, so he's in that side. Halfbacks, I'm really not stuffing around. Like, obviously, we know Cleary's Cleary. Duffy, I feel it in my bones that it's a bad idea starting with 198k halfback. I really do. But if he's going to start and nail down that spot, I have the Cowboys struggling this year. I really, really do. But the extra, like, 500k that you gain from not going Nico and Cleary you can use it very well across the rest of your side. 198k. Oh, man. I can see it going pear-shaped. I really can. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really not. I can see Duffy potentially going pear-shaped. But you know what? Life's about risks. And if you don't take him, you're fucked. Dylan Brown at 5'8". Okay? I'm going to go against the grain here only because it will give me the ability to downgrade if I need to. Okay? Dylan Brown and Weeks. I'm going to go a little bit against the grain with every single man and his dog going Metcalf. I understand 400k, Metcalf looks good, blah, blah, blah. But again, we go back to the whole, if you want to win, you don't have to copy everyone. Metcalf, to me, in my opinion, is not going to be the difference between whether you go well this year in Supercoach or whether you don't. It's really that simple. I think the Warriors are going to win the spoon. I actually have the Warriors to win the spoon. So is a 5'8" in a side that's going to win the spoon really going to make or break your year this year? Look, I don't think so. The only one that I can remember from last year, obviously, is Galvin. Metcalf isn't Galvin. Okay, so I'm going to personally... I'm 75% sure that I'm going to fade Metcalf for now. Come round 3, if he's killing it, beautiful. I can downgrade Weeks. I can downgrade Dylan Brown. Probably won't downgrade Dylan Brown, but it'll probably be Weeks back down to Metcalf. And then I've got, 130k to fix up and boost and do whatever I need to do. So that's where I'm at with the 5'8". Dylan Brown, obviously, he's going to be a absolute beast this year. Dylan Brown is fighting for a contract. He wants millions of dollars. Okay? I understand. And he's a better player with Moses in the side. He is. Let's be honest. I think if the Eels were to regain their form from a couple of years ago, not really form, the Eels have always been, a bit hot and cold, but if the Eels can be far better than what they were last year, let's be honest, okay? So at 650k, I think Dylan Brown is almost a set and forget, almost. Wing centers. Garrick hasn't moved out of the side. I considered playing Garrick and Karaz, but then with the news recently with Karaz coming out, He's in doubt for round 1. Apparently, it's he's out indefinitely at the moment. So don't quote me on it. I'm just going off recent reports. Garrick is there. Manly's draw. Yada yada yada. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really need to sit here and explain why Garrick is a good choice to open up the season for everybody else. Okay, Greg, I saw enough on the weekend or on the trials that Ponga looks so fit. He looks so fit. And do you know what? If Ponga's fit, Marzu is going to love it. Because if they just get to, with Bradman Best fit, Marzu there, Ponga's fit, everyone's happy in Newcastle, ha 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 ha. I think that Marzu is going to come back. And he showed that he will be. So at 500k, Marzu's not going to lose you money. He's not. If he does, I'll be absolutely shocked to the core, okay? I really am. So I see only upside for Marzu at 530k. Skelton, bit of a flyer as well, 499k. I said in my previous post, I think that Skelton is going to be another Marzu 2.0. It's a vibe. Like, honestly, like I'm just going to run it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay? So Skelton, Toya looked good on the weekend, even though the Mighty Dragons smoked them. Toya, I'm pretty sure he had like 40-something points at the half before he obviously came off. So he looks good. He looks like he's locking in that spot. And I think the other centre spot will probably be Billy Smith. Mark looked like he had a bit of defensive issues. Obviously, that's always been an issue in his game. So I think that's what we're going to be seeing. I think we're going to be seeing Toya, and I think we're going to see Billy Smith. So choose your poison. If you want to go Billy Smith, that's fine. You're paying an extra, like, what, 130-something K for him. May as well just go Toya. Bench, Munro looked like a gun in the All-Stars game. Again, if the Bunnies want to bounce back, Munro's going to get the good end of the stick with that. I think it's going to be a little bit of a breakout year for Munro, but let's just wait and see. Purdue looks like he potentially could be getting that spot as well. Again, taper your expectations. Yeah. I'm not overly like confident that Purdue's just going to come out and just brain it. But at 257k, there's really not many options out there, is there? So anyway, Tamale, again, round 1 option, but apparently he's only keeping that seat warm. And there is a good chance that he won't be there round 2. So he's just a placeholder for now. Fullbacks, they haven't changed. Ponga, Turbo, Yongi. I understand both arguments. I really do. I understand that we've been begging for 3 fullback slots this whole time. We finally get it, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, yay, I'm not going to get a third gun fullback. But having that extra 600k to spread across your side is so good. It's so good. And I understand, like, if you start with 3 gun fullbacks and Yongi's killing it, come round 3, you can downgrade. Obviously, you can go from a fullback down to Yongi, blah, blah, blah. But I think this year is going to be very, very defining on who chooses 3 gun fullbacks and who doesn't. Anyone could be right here. Honestly, anyone could be right. Don't let someone say, oh, you're a fucking idiot because blah, 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 you didn't do this, blah, blah. No one knows. No one knows. They want to pretend like they know. There is dead set, very good arguments for both a gun fullback and Yongi, okay? There's really no right or wrong here. So stick with your guns. Don't let anyone, including myself, I'm just a dickhead on YouTube. Don't let anyone else try and talk you out of it, okay? That is my current up-to-date side. That was 20 minutes of me talking absolute shit. Okay, so that's where I'm at right now. I am the Degenerate Supercoach, and thank you for tuning in. I will end this on this note here. League code. Where are we? The league code is, get your pen and paper, 695125. 695125. That's the league code. Join up. You have to be a subscriber of the channel to win the $200 gift voucher at the end of the season. And yes, I will know if you have joined before round 1 because it comes up that you can see the date on when you join the channel. Okay? Subscribe, like, belly button and all. Get it into you. Let us know how you're going in the comments. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye.